So this comes with Windows 10 Home. What the? Come on, let's get rid of that Windows Home. Let's get some Windows Pro. Copy and paste my code from the description. You can also get Office 2019. Just paste my code. Woof. It's Windows Pro time. Righto, tally ho there champs. Now I'm excited. Are you excited? New graphics cards. New CPUs announced today, both of them. Actually, we'll just talk about graphics quickly here. Video announcing new graphics. It's going to be the 1600 series, so 1660 Ti, hopefully Ti, because that's got the DDR6 and it also has 6 gigabytes as well. But it may just be the 1650. Now, these graphics cards are going to go into the lower end gaming laptops and also probably the XPS 15, you know, the Extreme and ZenBook and stuff like that. So 1660, 1650 probably. I'll talk more about that when they're released, but I'm here to talk about, boom, here it is, the 9th gen CPUs announced. I've got the whole lineup. I'm going to go through them all, also the desktop parts. But anyway, this is from an Intel briefing. NDA is just lifted, so I can talk about it now. So basically, what are we talking about when we're talking 9th gen? We're talking for laptops, for gaming laptops, 15-inch laptops, XPS 15, MacBook Pro, stuff like that. This is what we're talking about, an i9 8 cores. It's official now. It has 8 cores, and it's actually the only one that has 8 cores. So if we talk about the mobile audience, we have, you know, the gamers, the ones that are half-half, content creators, streamers, and then we got the ones that just want a premium, light, thin, 15-inch performance powerhouse. Yeah, that's the sort of thing here. The world's most powerful laptop platform. Yeah, it is. If you want the best CPUs for your laptops, this is it. This is it. You can't get better than these CPUs other than like if you get the desktop ones. So these are built for gaming enthusiasts, content creation, and for premium performance. Yeah, it's the best of the best. Now, if we talk about what's new in this platform, okay, obviously the 9th generation, up to 8 cores now, 5 gigahertz on the unlocked i9. I'll go through the models in a sec. Wi-Fi 6, okay, so AX Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi 6, this is a big deal. Now, Wi-Fi 6, we're actually going to see some of these laptops come out Wi-Fi 6 straight away. So some of these Alienwares, 15, M15, M17 is coming out with the killer 1650X, which is basically based on the AX2000 GW, it looks like. Now, before that, the best Wi-Fi was the 9560, I think it was. That was the best Intel Wi-Fi. This one's even better. So it's going to give you, lower latencies, faster transfer, better range, and should save battery life, So it's great that, you'll be able to get Wi-Fi 6. Look for the ones with the Wi-Fi 6 in it, or just buy one yourself and put it in. We'll go into Optane another time. There's a new higher capacity Intel Optane SSD 660p. Optane is the best if you just wanted to know what has the fastest response time and etc. Intel Rapid Storage, so there should be more RAID functions, better RAID. If you have two M.2s, it should work better. Now, look at this. 128 gigs of RAM. Yes, you'll be able to put 128 gigs RAM in your laptop. Now, currently 32 gigs is the biggest stick, so you'll probably need a laptop with the 4 slots if you want 128, but they may release 64 gig sticks of DDR4 eventually, SODIMM. So if they do that, the ones with the 2 slot, you'll be able to have 128 gig, but now it supports it in the chipset there. For these 9th gen CPUs, you can get up to 128 gig. It used to be 64. So we also have improved dynamic tuning that allows maximum CPU performance. So hopefully we get faster CPUs, faster clocks, maybe maintain a higher speed, but the cooling's going to have to get better, right? Also, you got on Intel thermal velocity boost increase. Well, basically that's based on temperature. So I think you have to have it under a certain temperature, and then if it is under a certain temperature, it can really boost up those clocks, for a short period. And yeah, mostly the i9, when you think of these sort of things, that really will boost up. Thunderbolt 3, we know about that. It's not built into the CPU, so it's the same sort of Thunderbolt 3 as we have now, optimized for the latest discrete graphics. Yeah, this is what you want. If you want the best performance for streaming, gaming, this is the platform. All right, so you're going to get the best performance because these CPUs are made to go along with discrete graphics. That's what they're made for. So the new one, the big daddy here, is the 5 gigahertz 8 core i9 9980HK, which goes in muscle books. So that's the bigger, thicker ones, and that is unlocked, by the way. Then you have the locked version, the i9 9880H. Now that's locked. So the difference between these two is, one, the HK is unlocked. Also, it can go to 5 gigahertz. and that will be under a certain temperature, and it'll be like single thread. It's not going to be 5 gigahertz all cores, you're dreaming. They both have 8 cores. They both have hyper threading and 16 threads. And that's basically the difference. The H model, the locked one, the 9880H, goes up to 4.8 and it's locked. So that's the difference. 5 gigahertz for the HK, 4.8 for the H, and it's also locked, the H. So what you got to think is for the muscle books, which are the bigger, thicker laptops, you get the HK, and for the thin premium MacBook Pro, XPS 15 and Aero and Razer Blade and stuff like that, if you're going to get the i9, you're probably going to get the H model, because there's no point having the unlocked one, because the thermal envelope you won't be able to get, if you unlock it, you're not going to get any more out of it really. So yeah, performance up to 18% higher frames per second. That will probably be on the MuscleBook there. Up to 2.1x performance for streaming and gaming at the same time. So yeah, you got an extra 2 cores now, so you can stream and game at the same time. That makes a big difference, because with 6 cores, depending on the game, some games will use, 4, 6 cores, and there's not that much left over for streaming. Now, 2.1x performance, you see, the bottleneck is being removed, and now you'll be able to stream and game, no problems. And for creativity, 28% faster for, if you're doing all core rendering like in Premiere Pro, going to be up to 28% faster if you're using all those cores. Or a hardware encoding, different story. But if you're using all those cores, 28%. That's a big jump. So this i9 has got me really excited. Now, when we compare to a 3-year-old system, these are the performance metrics. Up to 56% more FPS, up to 38% faster in turn-based games. So like, Civilization, even Football Manager and stuff like that. They can use the extra cores. And by the way, this is the 9750H versus a 3-year-old quad-core CPU. And we're not even talking about the i9 here, okay? So if you're talking about the i9, these metrics would even be higher. Up to 54% faster content creation, editing, and overall 33% better. So that's just basically Coffee Lake refresh, this one, versus, Skylake and Kaby Lake. There's been some updates done from a lot of partners, so you should get better performance. And I'm looking at this one here, Premiere Pro. Hopefully there's some big performance there, and see, oh, come on, how good's that going to be? The turns are going to be so fast. All right, let's get into the main part of the show here. Now, this is the lineup. We have 2 new i5s, 2 new i7s, and 2 new i9s. The only ones that are 8 core are the i9s. And down the bottom in the pink is the old lineup, or the current lineup. And I'll just compare them in a sec. All right, so let's talk about the main CPU, which is going to be that i7. The i7 8750H will be replaced by the i7 9750H. Now, the difference here is the 8th gen is 2.2 base clock, and you'll see that the 9th gen is 2.6, so a boost of 400 megahertz there. Also, the i7 8750H has 4.1 boost clock, and the 9750H has 4.5. Also, there's an increase in smart cache, okay? You got 12 megabytes versus 9 megabytes on the 8750H. So an extra 3 megabytes in cache, which can make a big difference in some applications. So faster clocks. Now, previously the 8750H was capped at 3.9 gigahertz. So like some gaming laptops, you'll be playing the games and it will just cap at 3.9, depending on what you're playing and whether the actual laptop can cool it down. Now you should be able to maintain clocks over 3.9, so maybe 4, 4.1, 4.2. We'll have to see what the all-core burst is, because they don't advertise that, but it's going to be certainly higher than 3.9. I would imagine it would be about maybe 4.2. Now, this is given that your laptop can cool it down, or it has the power delivery to do so. Now, it is 6 core, exactly the same as the previous model. Now, do I think this is going to be a big deal? I think yes, in some games you're going to get a good performance boost because you'll be able to go over 3.9. So I expect there will be performance gains. Is it going to be huge? I don't think so. It doesn't have any extra cores. It's just those boost clocks. It should be able to maintain clock for clock, slightly less temperature. There'll be some battery savings maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But all in all, I think it's a good part. And I reckon it'll be as good as the current i9, the 8th generation i9, even though it doesn't boost as fast. I really don't think there'll be much difference between this one and the i9 of the current version, the 8950H. And I certainly think it will beat the 8850H. which is the previous model here, which is 2.6. So let's go into that. With the i7 8850H, it's 2.6 versus 2.6. So exactly the same base speed, but it has a boost clock of 4.6 versus 4.3. Really, there's not that much difference here. The big difference is the i9, the extra 2 cores and the faster clocks. Whoa. I say faster clocks because interestingly, have a look. The i9 8950H 2.9 gigahertz base. Look at these base clocks, 2.3 and 2.4. So the base clock has gone down. So a lot of people have always asked me, how can they add extra 2 cores? They won't be able to do it. They won't be able to cool it down. Well, in terms of that, it's going to be exactly the same. There'll be no difference. The difference is here. You've got 8 cores going at 2.3 theoretical base versus 2.9 here. So what I mean by that is when this i9 8950H runs at 2.9 gigahertz, all core burst, it should be running at the same sort of wattage and temperature as 8 cores at 2.3. That's where they're going to get the base clock from, that sort of thermal envelope. That's sort of how it's going to work. So that's how they keep the temperature down. The base clocks are lower, but the boost clocks are higher. So if your system is capable and your power delivery is capable, you will be able to get really high clocks. Now, it really will be dependent on your system, but some of them will be able to boost way into the 4 gigahertz if your system will cool it down and it has the power delivery to do so. Basically, it's thermal envelope. So ignore the sort of base clocks, but what you've got to know is at the same sort of clock, this is going to be hotter. These i9s are going to be hotter. So for example, if this was running at 2.9 and the previous i9 was running at 2.9, the new 8-core ones will be running hotter and using more power at the same frequency because you do have the extra 2 cores. So there you have it. That's the lineup. I'm very excited for it. We'll see how they go in the systems. I'm really excited for the new graphics NVIDIA are going to come out with as well. Let me know what you think. I'm definitely going to be getting an i9 because I want those extra 2 cores. I don't care about the base speed. That's not so important to me. Yeah, these things are going to scream. Absolutely scream. So definitely now, unless you can get a deal on the 8th generation, wait for the 9th generation, get one of these things. They're going to scream, and yeah, I want that i9, baby. Woo! Let's go, baby.